Good morning and welcome to Computer Fundamentals and Application CIS 101. My name is Erastus Karanja. I'll be your instructor for this course. You can call me Dr. Karanja, Professor K, whichever works for you. So I'm hoping that you had a good break and that you are rejuvenated and ready to hit the ground running. We also hope that you all continue to observe the CDC guidelines as far as the COVID-19 is concerned. That is washing your hands, wearing your mask, social distancing where applicable and where possible. And hopefully, we hope that this pandemic will be behind us very soon. At least now the vaccines are out there, so that is a silver lining. So this video should be probably 15 minutes or so, and it's basically to walk you through and introduce you to the course, show you the resources that you need, and also maybe help explain what you need to do and what I need to do for us to be successful this semester. So this class is a little bit more involving in terms of the assignments, but everything is doable. You might say that there are several assignments, but that does not mean that it's going to overwhelm you. If you put the time, you will be successful. So, welcome again, and I'm looking forward to a successful semester. So, once you log on, this is the page that you're going to be introduced to, and this kind of shows you like how many hours you need to devote to this class. I'm saying you need 7 hours. Some of you might need more than this, some of you might need less than this, but this is kind of like a guideline that you can use to help you when you're planning your other live activities. A little bit of the introduction, and this is where you will get this video, so that kind of introduces you to the class. We're going to be using a platform that's called My Lab IT or My IT Lab for us to do some of the assignments, and that means that you will need to register for that. So usually when you buy the course textbook, there is an access code that will come, and you use that access code to register. So this video here will walk you through how to go about registering. Now I will encourage you to watch this video in the first couple of days so that you are familiar with how you're going to be taking the assignments. A disclaimer, this video was recorded for another class, so some of the information might be a little bit different, but all the information is contained here. And one of the key items that you might find is when you're going through this video is they might be talking about the class code. So that information will be available on the syllabus. Okay, so we'll talk about the course instructor's course ID. This is the actual course ID for this class. So when it's come time for you to be registering, you'll just come here, you copy, highlight that, you can right click, click copy, and then you can go in and enter that as directed from the video. Excuse me, so just note that. So that is the first part on the announcement. We have the contact or the instructor's info. That's a little bit of my bio down here. Key information here is my email. This is one of the ways that you can excuse me, get to me. You can also use the phone. This is actually a student phone. It's purely dedicated to you. You can call me, you can text me, make use of it. So that's the another way that you can reach me. I prefer, especially for the office hours, if you can send me a text message and just let me know you want to meet so that we'll be able to organize and we can meet through Blackboard Collaborate or Zoom or WebEx. Because usually we are required to have office hours and just staying online with nobody showing up is not very productive. So one of the best ways is you can send me an email or just send me a text message and let me know that you need to meet. Also, if you're working on an assignment and you run into problem, you're welcome to text me, call me, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But remember, use that phone. It's for you. These are the hours that I'm available for office hours. So if you text me, call me, we can arrange and we can do a virtual meeting. Most of the class sessions are going to be, actually all of them are going to be through online, because we're not doing any face-to-face. So email and the phone are two of the most effective means of communication. Next item is the syllabus. So we have two versions of the syllabus. We have a Word document and a PDF file. You can open that. And then you also have some information on how to go about registering for the My IT lab. So when you go on the syllabus, this is the PDF version, and we have the same information about the course. So make sure that you're registered for this course. So this is the name of the course, and this is the one that you're going to find the name under the My IT Lab in case they ask for that. And that's my phone number right there, my email address again, a little bit about the course description and some of the learning outcomes, what you're going to be doing in this class. And you're required to get a C or better in this class, so note that. In terms of the assignment, we're going to be doing an introduction board and team wiki and team discussion board assignments. That's going to be 10% of the grade. We'll work on PowerPoint, Excel, and Access, and that's going to be the grade distribution. Remember, we are learning how to use computer applications to help us to improve our businesses. So that's why we are learning about PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft Access. So total will be 100%. And then most of the assignments are going to be broken down into what you're calling weekly folders. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. This is your grade scale. So for you to get an A, you need 93 to 100. For you to get A minus, it's 90 to 93 or 92.9 and on like that. Okay, so in terms of the software, we require to use Microsoft Office 2016 at least, and you can get this from CUNY at a discount. The reason why we need those software is because of the applications that you're going to be learning. So make sure that you have PowerPoint on your computer, you have Microsoft Excel on your computer, and you have Microsoft Access. Especially Access is where I've seen most of the students struggling with. So make sure by week 5 you at least have Access on your computer so that by the time we start those assignments, you're ready to hit the ground running. Usually most of the computers have PowerPoint and Excel. Access is where I've seen some students struggling. And especially if you have a Mac computer, start making arrangements a little bit early. You are welcome to reach the help desk at CUNY SPS, and usually they walk students about how to go about getting these resources. Okay, so this is the instructions for how to go about registering for the My IT Lab, and you have the course ID. So remember to copy that minus the parentheses, and then you'll be able to walk through that page, and there's a video that I'll show you about how to go about doing that. So in terms of the assignments, this is the breakdown of all the assignments by day, by week actually. So you can see January 29 is when we start, is on a Friday, and by Monday, February 8th is when we are going to have our first assignments due. So if you look at the calendar here, we'll be starting on the 29th, and then 6th is February, and then we move to February 8th is when you're going to be having our first assignments due. So you have some time for you to be able to do that. And the first week is basically introduction assignments so that you navigate the course, introduce yourself, get all the My IT Lab resources, get your course textbook, get all the softwares. So you kind of like test the class, see whether you want to stay, and I hope you will, and on like that. So February, the week of February 8th is when we start working on Excel hands-on assignments and on like that. So the key thing is the due dates, because most of the assignments are going to be specified by the due dates. So make sure that you're working with that. My advice is you see these assignments are mostly due on Monday. Don't wait until Sunday afternoon or even Monday morning to start working on the assignments. If possible, by Friday or maybe by Saturday, you should be done with all the assignments. Because if you're working on an assignment on Monday morning and you run into problem and you're trying to reach me, I might not be available. So don't take that risk. The late you stay in working on the assignments, you're taking high risk, and sometimes those risks, they pay off, sometimes they don't pay off. Okay, so that's a little bit about that. We're going to be using Blackboard Collaborate. So this is a link that you can go through to help you see how you'll be able to access those resources, and it's very straightforward. A few rules and guidelines on how to be a successful student. So this is a link that you can see what do you need to do to become successful in an online course setting. In terms of the software that you're going to be using, the information is right here. So we have them discounted, and you can go to this website here. No extra credit, note that. and assignments should be posted on time, things like that. The other link down here is for my IT lab information, and like I specified, that's the information that you need. So go through this link. This will help you to go about registering for my IT lab, and then there's some other suggestions right here. So navigate that, and hopefully if you have any questions, remember to reach me. Okay, so once you finish with that section here, you can now start navigating the assignments, and this is how the assignments are going to be structured. It's by weekly folder. So you click on a weekly folder and it's going to show you what you should be doing. So for week 1, which is week of January 29th, we're going to be working on the introductory assignments and then registering in my IT lab. So this is information on the syllabus, same link down here. And this is what you should be able to do. Download, review the syllabus, become familiar with the Blackboard course content, all the way down to picking up a name for your group. So we're going to be working on some assignments that are going to require you to work as a team. And there is a video that walks you through how to go about creating the teams. But basically, when you click on this link here for groups, you'll find that I have already created 5 groups. So all what you need to do is click on a group and then register. So you can join any group. I'm going to let you pick your group members. If there are some people that you have worked with before and you know their work habit, feel free to do that. If you just want to be random, pick any group, you can do that. So each group should at least have no more than 5 students. So you're going to be working on some projects that will require you to be in teams or groups. Okay, so that's weekly assignment, and that's part of what you should be doing in week 1. So you'll pick a group, and then within the group, you agree on a name for your group. So introduce yourself. That's another part of the week 1 assignment. You're going to tell us who you are, and if you click on this link here, you'll click introduce yourself, and then you can go ahead and create a thread, and then you go ahead and you can probably upload a YouTube video that you have made. There's this link here that you're welcome to use to see how this student did it. And then you can go ahead, make yours, and then go ahead and upload it right here. So we can at least know each other. This is the only way that we can know each other, because we are doing this in an online setting. So that's part of the introducing yourself. And then this is for the group assignments. So this walks you through how to go about creating the group, and then how you're going to be working on the assignments, how everybody should be a team member every week, and on like that. So that's week 1. And then when you come to week 2, you'll have team week assignment, and then you have Excel chapter 1, and then there's the lab. So basically what you'll do is you're going to watch this video, and they talk about the order of operation. So before, we used to start this class with PowerPoint, but now we're starting with Excel. We change a little bit. And before we even start automating what you're doing, because usually if you cannot do something manually, it's very difficult for you to automate it. So basically what you're doing is, by using Microsoft Excel, we are automating spreadsheet processing. Because you remember, in the old days, people used to have spreadsheets like in an actual book that had rows and columns and cells, and you'll be able to write information in it, do calculations. But now, instead of doing that, we're using a software that's called Microsoft Excel. So that's why we are calling them applications. So we are using computers to apply them in business. So before we can do that, we need to learn a little bit of the basics of how we can do computation. And one of the basics of doing computation is learning about what we call the order of operations, something that you probably have heard already, called PEMDAS. Okay, so this short video here will walk you through what we call the PEMDAS. How do you decide on the order of operation? Because although you're going to be using Excel, you still need to use those basic rules when you're entering that information into Microsoft Excel. So read a little bit about this, and then once you finish that, then you can come back and start working on the simulation. So this is one of the links that you're going to use to help you register for my IT lab, and also for assignments. So what you do is you'll click on this, and then probably it will open like this once you're already registered, and it should be able to give you this page right here. So let's see. Okay, so this is how you're going to be, depending on where we are. So today's 20th is going to show that. Now, when you look here, excuse me, there's nothing that is showing. Items due will have this symbol. So what you need to do is you click on that page and you navigate, and now you can see on the 15th there is something that is due, on the 22nd there is something that is due. So what I need you to do is you need to use this assignment calendar hand in hand with the syllabus, because the syllabus is the one that's going to be showing you when the assignments are due that are on My IT Lab. And you have to be very careful. If you have a phone, use that to help you remember when your assignments are due, because I've seen students sometimes lose track of when assignments are due. So have a reminder 3 days before, 4 days before. Have a system that tells you, reminds you of when your assignments are due. So 11 p.m. there's nothing that is due on the February 8th, but on February 15th, something is due. So you click here and you can see 15th. So from here, moving forward, probably something is going to be due every Monday. You can see all like that. So we have assignments that are due every Monday. Now, the fact that the assignments are due every Monday does not mean that you cannot start them earlier. So like for these ones that is due on the 15th, when you click on the date when the assignment is due, it's when the assignment will open, and you're only supposed to be working on the first five excuse me, for the first semester. For the first Excel chapter 1 is the 5 simulations. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how do you know they are 5? If you come back here on the week 2, you see you have chapter 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the ones that are going to be due for the second week. Okay, and using this through My IT Lab. So you see the relationship between this and also the syllabus. So when you click here, you'll be brought to this page here, and then you can just click on this one here, and then you start working on the assignment. So click on that, and since you're already registered, it should be able to open. Now always make sure that you allow pop-ups on your computer, because that sometimes has been an issue with some students. So if you allow pop-up, then the software will be able to load on your computer. And I have some videos that actually walk you about how to go about working on this assignment. This is how the assignment will be structured. You have a page, an Excel spreadsheet, and then you have the questions right here. Whatever is bold is what you're going to be required to do, and then you have the instructions. Now, if you don't know what to do, you can come down here and click View. So this shows you all the questions, and also down here we have what you're calling the learning aids. So you can actually read the instruction. That takes you to the page of the book where the instructions are. The most important one is watch the video. So if you watch the video, you actually watch somebody doing the same task, and then once you finish, you can try to do the same thing that they did, or you can actually practice before you do the actual work. So you click on practice, and the system walks you through how to go about doing the practice. So you click on practice, and
click
this is
cell A5,
okay.
type computer system, and then press enter.
Okay, so it's telling me to click cell A5, that's cell A5, and then I should type computer system. So you type the word as exactly as it appears, computer system, like that. Okay, and then once you finish that, you press enter, and then it takes you to the next part of the assignment. Okay, practice completed. Now it tells you, now go ahead and try to do that on your own. Okay, so enter computer in cell A5. So I'll come back here, cell A5, click that, and then I'll type computer system. So there is practice, computer system, and then you press enter. And what did I do? Did I make a mistake? Cell A5. So you can see I was actually not in cell A5. Cell A5 is right here. Okay, so what happened is it took away my attempt. I think I had 5, now I have 4. So you have several attempts. Computer system. And now hopefully this is correct. I press enter, and then you can see it moves. So we finished that. Now you're moving to cell A6. So cell A6 is right there, and then you enter color laser printer. We say color laser printer, and then you press enter, and on like that. So that question is finished. And now you can move on to question number 2, and then you do the same thing. So remember, these are your friends down here, learning aids. You can either read the instructions, you can either watch, or you can just practice. So remember that, and you do that for PowerPoint, for Excel, for Access. If you have any issues, please reach out. So we are here for you. So that is that part. Let's leave that page. And so when you finish the first one, so remember on February, you click there. So you finish the first one, then you do the second one, and then the third one, and then the fourth one, and then the fifth one. Okay. And then once you finish with that, now you can go back to Blackboard and come down here and work on the lab. So this is now hands-on. So you have to do this from scratch. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'll be preparing some short instructional videos on how, giving you some hints on how to go about working on this. But these two videos here actually walk you through what I was just showing you through. So watch these two and they should be able to re-emphasize what we just went through. So that's for week 2. And then once you finish that, you come back to week 3 and on like that. So as we move forward, what you'll see is now you can see that all the files are available, but only week 1 and week 2 probably will be available by the time you watching this video. So that's how that's going to be structured. So when you finish on this assignment for the hands-on, you're going to make a video. So Screencast-O-Matic is a free software that you can actually use, this one down here. And what you'll do is you'll open it up and then you have your document and you'll walk me through how you did that assignment, like what I'm doing now. You see how I opened that Excel file and I was able to show you how I did it. So the same thing that you're going to be doing. So make a short video and then show me how you did that assignment, so at least I can know that you're the one who did that. And then you're going to upload those files through this link. So start working early. Don't wait until the last minute because you want to make sure that you are successful, and strategizing and time management are very important for a successful student. Okay, so that is the part on the weekly assignments. We have the data files. In case sometimes you're required to use some data files, you'll see those data files right here. Class office collaborate, in case you want to meet, that's how you're going to be meeting. So I'll create a session here and then you'll be able to come in, join, and we can interact. Groups, you find that information here. Discussion right here. So a few information here, introduce yourself, and then if you have Q&A forum, so use this to ask any question that you want to your colleagues. And then when you start working on PowerPoint, we have that. Order of operation, if you have any questions on that, I'm actually going to make this available. Yes. Okay, so you'll be able to, if you have any questions on the order of operation, you can do that. And when we start working on Excel, because that's the first one you're going to be working on, we can make this available also. Like that. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so the rest is just resources for you. Tutoring, in case you need tutoring services, is there. Program contacts, academic resources, and service for students. So that kind of gives you a bird's eye view of what is expected of you in this class. And like I said, the most important thing is start working early and keep us in touch and keep in contact. Let us know what is going on, and we'll be able to work with you. We are here for you and we are looking for you. If you are successful, we are successful. So reach out, and if unless there's any question, I will stop there, and I'm looking forward to a productive semester.